Today's project is fun, springy, and oh so stinking cute. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for choosing to be here today. We are about to have some crafty fun, and I am so glad that you are here. Before we hop into today's project, I still have seats available for the large hexagon box class on Zoom. The May 10th is almost full. May 7th still has a few seats left, but if you're interested, head on out there and sign up for this. But today we're going to make something that is fun, springy, and oh so stinking cute. And I have it dressed in this beautiful cherry blossom paper, so I am going to flip to my overhead camera to really give you a closer look at what this is. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here's what we're going to be making today. When finished, it measures 3 by 8 3/8, and it is 5/8 of an inch deep. What is it? Well, when you open it, it opens like this, and on this side I have a nice little pocket. I've dressed mine with a few stickers, keeping it very simple. Tucked in a little message tag right here. So then we have a built-in box, and you can see the box is attached right there. When you open the top, on the inside we pull out and we have a chunky notepad. It's a skinny, but you can see here on the sides we have those 3 notepads from the Dollar Tree. I have cut the pad in half so that we have 3 stacked to give us a triple chunk that fits in our little pocket. Then we close it with Velcro, and then we close it this way with a magnet. It is so cute. Here is what we're going to need to make it. So for each one, I need a sheet of 12 by 12, a sheet of 8.5 by 11, and then I have a sheet of 8.5 by 11 that matches the jacket that I can use to cut to make pockets or other things that I might want to tuck in. And then I also have some scrap plaid that I'll be using. And then a chunky skinny pad, and these are the pads that I cut from the Dollar Tree. I just cut them straight down the middle, and I do have a video showing how I actually cut these, so I will try to find that video and have that portion of the video attached so you can see how to cut these if you don't have an electronic paper cutter. Now, I get asked a lot if I would provide kits on the projects that I make on the channel. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that with everything that I make. But in this particular case, I am able to offer kits, but I have a limited number of kits. I will be able to put together 7 kits of this project to sell. So I have created these papers, which means I will have to print them. So I'm only able to offer 7 kits because of the cost of printing, as well as the cost of the paper. Y'all, everything is going up. So I will offer kits, but I won't be able to offer an unlimited number, and I won't be able to offer a number larger than 7. So if you want a kit, the link is going to be in my description box. You will be able to make 3 of these with the kit. So make sure that you read the description box before you place your order, because it'll tell you everything that you're getting. You're going to be getting what you need to make 3 of these, minus the embellishments. I will not be providing any embellishments at all. I will be providing magnets. I will be providing Velcro, but I won't be providing any of the stickers or any of the embellishments. So let's hop right into it and make this beautiful project. So we are going to start with the 12 by 12. When you order a 12 by 12 from me, it is going to have a 1/8 inch border of white on all 4 sides. My printer does not print borderless, so you will have that 1/8 inch border on all 4 sides, and it will not matter at all on this project. So let's start scoring. We're going to score at 5/8 of an inch, at 1 1/4, at 4 1/4, at 4 7/8, at 7 7/8, at 8 1/2, and at 11 1/2. So those scores: 5/8, 1 1/4, 4 1/4, 4 7/8, 7 7/8, 8 1/2, and 11.5. Then we're going to take it and turn it once. And we're going to score at 5/8 of an inch, at 9, and at 9 5/8. So now let's fold and burnish all of our scores. And my papers for this project are printed on the Red River 60-pound paper. So I will have that linked in the description box as well if you're printing your own digitals. Red River is an excellent source for those 12 by 12s. I am going to be trying some other 12 by 12s just to see how they do for me, but I have not been disappointed at all with the quality of this Red River paper. They specialize in paper for inkjet printers. So whether you're printing for photography or printing to scrapbook, card making, whatever it is, the papers that they offer are excellent. So I am simply folding and burnishing all of my score marks. All right, so we're going to have a few cuts that we need to make. So we're going to do this in stages so that we don't get confused about what goes where. This side here that has the double fold, the first two scores that we made at 5/8 and 1/4 of an inch, this actually folds in to make the box. So this is the side on which we're going to start. And I'm going to turn it around so that this flat part here is facing me. Now let me zoom in just a little bit. Hopefully this will help. So we have these two score marks here, 1 and 2. We're going to go up to the second score mark and just cut straight down like this. Then we'll slide over to this score mark and cut straight down, because what we want to do is we want to free this tab here. So we're going to go ahead and angle on this. Let's go ahead and angle on this one. And now I'm just going to take a little bit of glue, not a lot, and fold that over. So this is why we're doing this in stages, so we can get some of these things out of the way, and that'll keep us from getting confused. So the first thing that I want to do is go ahead and fold that in, because now I know that this is the piece that goes in like this. So next, I want to get rid of all of this. So when I'm done, I'm just going to have this little tab here left. So I'll go ahead and cut. Cut right here to remove this. Cut right here to remove that. And now I can angle in here and here, because we do want this little tab here. Now we slide over to this score mark. We go up to the second score mark and we drag straight down. Then I am going to cut in here to make that smaller. Cut in here and cut in here. So now you can see how when you have your box, you're going to have these little tabs that'll fold over. So now let's keep going over to the next set of score marks. Go up to the second score mark and cut straight down. Then slide over to this score mark, second set, cut straight down. And now we're just going to reduce here to remove this piece, and we're going to angle. Let's take some glue and put a lip bit right there. Go ahead and fold that in out of the way. So we're still on this end. We're going to follow all the way across to this flap here, and we're simply going to cut straight down, and then I'll cut in at a slight angle to remove this piece here. Now we're going to take this piece and do the same thing that we did with this piece. So I am going to take my finger blade and angle in just a little bit. Now I can take just a little bit of glue, place that glue right here, fold over, and get this stuck. So now this end is done. We're going to turn it around, and it looks like this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the bottom. So we're going to have a corner piece right here. We want to get rid of it. So I am just going to take my finger blade, angle, slight angle, and remove that. Then I'm going to go across the bottom and angle here and here. Go to this score mark, angle, and angle. Go to this score mark, angle, and angle. Go to this score mark, angle, and angle. Go to this corner here, right here, and we're going to get rid of this score mark by angling there and cutting straight across here. And then we can angle on this side of the score mark. So right now, the bottom should look like this. Both corner pieces are gone. Everywhere that we had a score mark, we have angle cut on both sides of that score mark. Now I'm going to take my glue, and you see how I have this piece here folded in? I'm just going to follow that down, add my glue, and fold over. So now we're going to go ahead and place our magnet. So when we take this piece, we'll be attaching adhesive to it, and we'll fold it over to create our box. Then we're going to take this piece and fold it over like this. So we want to place the magnet, and we want to place the magnet right in here. So I am just going to take a little bit of glue. When I place my magnet, I'm not placing it close to the score mark because I don't want it hitting the edge over here. So now I'm just going to take my glue, put some glue here on this end and some glue on this bottom piece, and fold up and then fold over. And I'll just use my big old spatula to work that glue. So you can see that I have my magnet right here. Now I can go ahead and take my glue or tape. Just make sure it's a good quality tape. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I use Reptile adhesive, the only white glue or wet glue that I use. So now when I take this, I'm going to just put it down so that I am inside the score mark and even top to bottom. Then I'm going to take my ruler and go in and just get this stuck. I think I'm going to see if my daughter cannot create a long bone folder for me that'll go in and do what this ruler's doing. Let me just go in, make sure we have that nice and stuck. Y'all, one thing that I forgot to do, and I meant to do it, is I wanted to create a little opening here, and I don't think I can get in there to do it. So I am just going to take this apart because my glue hadn't completely settled yet, and it's not going to hurt my project, what I just did. So I am just going to take this, put it in, and squeeze. I was going for 2 layers, so I did have to put a little bit of elbow grease into that. So now I'm going to take my glue, add some more glue, and again I'm going to take this and put it down so that it is hitting right inside of the score mark and my tops are even. So I am getting this stuck. I'll push in on the side here to make sure that I'm not on the score mark at all. Now I can go back in with my ruler and re-stick. And then this will just fold across like this. But I am going to flatten this just a little bit so that I can make sure I have a nice good stick on this. And you can see how before you put the notepads in, you do have a flat fold. Okay, so now we'll be able to take this and fold over like that. And I am going to find my magnet. So I'm going to take a magnet, place that magnet right there so that it can find the first one. Add some glue, or you can use a glue dot. Then I'm just going to fold over, make a mark so that I can see where to place that magnet. Hopefully you can see that glue. I'll take my magnet, turn it over into the glue, and I'll know which side is the side to turn over because it will have glue on it. So the side of your magnet that has a little bit of glue residue on it, just place that side in the glue. And I will be mailing magnets in the kit, and I have confirmed with the post office how to actually package my magnets so that they can go through the mail. So for those of you who have concerns about mailing magnets on things that you might be making, check with your post office if you have any questions. That's what I do on everything. They know me well. So we're going to go ahead and put this together. I'm going to fold in these little tabs here at the bottom. I'm going to add some glue right there. Then I'll fold over this piece, and then I'll add glue to this piece, and we'll fold over to create our little box bottom. So I'm going to stand this up, go in with my ruler, and make sure I have everything nice and stuck. And now you can see how this is shaping up. It's looking pretty doggone good, y'all. So now I'm going to bring in the pink plaid, and I am going to cut a piece at 8 inches by 2 3/4, and then one piece at 1/2 inch by 8 inches. Because we are going to take these and we're going to place one right here, and then this little skinny will go in right there. I think that is so cute. So I am going to take my tape, and I'm using scrappy tape for anyone who's interested. And I am going to put that right there. And I'm just going to keep adding tape until I have this whole thing practically covered. So I have added tape to the back of both of these pieces, and I'm going to peel away the tape backer from this little spine piece here. And I'm going to take it and put it down inside the spine like that. Then I'll peel away the tape backers from these pieces here. And I'm going to take this piece and we're going to put it down like that. Then I'll use my big old spatula to get that stuck. And now we can fold over. So I am going to open this because there was one other thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to take some of this and place it on the inside. This is my scrap. So I just want a little bit on the inside. So I am just going to take a little bit of glue, add some glue to this, not a lot, and then I'll take this piece and I'll just slide it on the inside to try to align it with the other piece. Let's go in, get that stuck. Now you can see how pretty that is. That folds over, and then that closes like that. So stinking cute, y'all. Really, it truly is. But one thing that I want to do to this is I want to angle this just a little bit. So I'm going to bend these backwards because I want to go to that first score mark, not the folding score mark. And I am just going to angle a little bit. Well, pretty deep angle. And now you can see how that covers, but I do want to add just a little bit of plaid here so that you can really see that separation. So I'm going to take a little bit of the scrap that I had left over. Y'all, it didn't even take a full sheet of 8.5 by 11 to be able to do this, but in your kit you will get 4 of these pink sheets. So I am going to take some of my tape, put my tape right there, peel away. Now I'm going to flip this over, try to get that straight, and then I'm just going to angle and angle. Then I'll use my non-stick scissors to cut that away. Now I'm going to bring in my stylus, and I'll use the skinny head of the stylus, the smaller bulb, and I'll fold this over. And see, I still have these 2 sheets left. So in your kit, you are going to get 3 of the large 12 by 12 inch pieces, 4 of the pink plaid pieces, and 1 of the 8.5 by 11 inch pieces, because that's really all you're going to need to be able to do what I'm about to do in just a minute. So I am going to take my Velcro dot, take that Velcro dot, we're going to place it right there, peel away that backer, and fold over, lift up so that I can get my Velcro dot nice and stuck. And so now we have this. We can fold over. And we can fold over. And now we have this beautiful holder for that skinny notepad. So I'm going to bring in that skinny. My skinny is 2.5 inches wide. So I am going to cut a piece that is 2.5 by 11. And you'll still be able to cut 2 more skinny covers from this sheet. So now I'm going to take this and just line it up. And one thing to remember is, because I'm cutting these, the skinny pads might not all be exactly 2.5 inches. So make sure you measure before you cut the cover for yours. So all I'm doing is taking this, folding it across the top, and folding over. and then I'll fold and crease this. So just to be safe, cut your piece at 2 5/8 by 11, and that way you know you might have to trim away some excess, but it'll definitely be wide enough to cover that skinny. So I'm just going to take this, put it on, slide it over into place, go on the back, get that nice and stuck. I'm going to take one of my pieces of ephemera from this little holder here, and I am going to mark off the one that I took. And I think there might be another one in here that I want. So let's see if I can find it. There it is. And I am going to mark that one off. So if you're interested in how I made this little ephemera book, please check the description box. I will have that video linked, but it holds several pads of ephemera. I can just go in and pick out what I want. So I am just going to take this, and I'm just going to paper clip it to this. This is just a little decorative touch that I'm putting on mine that you certainly don't have to put on yours, but it just says spring things. Very easy. Just pick out some of your favorite pieces of ephemera and turn yours into something similar to this. So now we can take this and just slide it in our little box. It's going to fit very nicely. You can see how that looks. We can fold that over, and then we can fold over that piece. Now I'm going to make a very quick pocket, and to make that pocket I'm going to use that piece that's 8 1/2 by 11. I'm going to cut my pocket at 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. So that's why you really only need one sheet of this 8 1/2 by 11, because this is all I wanted from it, and I'm going to put that right there. But I am going to angle this just a little bit. And now I can take it and put it right here, and I'll put it down using my glue. And we'll take this piece and put it right there. Just get that nice and stuck. Then I can take this little tag and put it right in there, but I think what I'm going to do is I am just going to take a little bit of this scrap, cut off a very skinny strip. Now I can take this and just feed it through that hole. All I'm doing is creating a little tag loop. And now we can take this and we can tuck it in like that. You can put so many things in that pocket if you want. You can even put a gift card in there. It's totally up to you. So y'all, that's it. Basically all we need to do now is decorate. And to decorate, I am just going to cut another really narrow strip. I'm going to bring in a sticker sheet and just find a nice little sticker. And I think I'm going to take this one that says "Stop and Smell the Roses" and put it right there. Then again, I'm going to take a little bit of this, put it along the bottom right there. Trim away that excess. Take this little sticker that says "Enjoy the Moment." Place it right there. Y'all can see that I am not doing a lot at all. I am keeping it very, very simple. So I am going to grab some of these little circles here, and we're going to put them on like this. I think that that is really cute. Then here, I think I'm going to take this one and put it there, but before I do, I am just going to add a little bit of glue because I want to put these in the glue. Like that. So now I can take my sticker and I can put my sticker on the top, get it nice and stuck, and then I can trim that just a little bit. Then we can close it because we have that magnet. Now I'm going to find something for the outside. So then I'm going to take this little piece right here. It's a pop of color, yellow, and it says spring is my fave. So I am just going to add some glue to the back, and we're going to put that down like that. And so there we have it, y'all. We have another really fun, springy, stinking cute. And the notepad is in this beautiful decorative box that's attached to the folio. It's an all-in-one process. We're not cutting a box and attaching it to the folio. We made the box in the folio. But y'all, I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to bring this one back in because I love how they turned out. I love these beautiful colors, and I think that you will too. So remember, if you want one of the kits, I have 7. If you don't want to use the kit, I know that you have some beautiful papers in your stash that you can use. So I hope that you have enjoyed this fun, quick, and easy way that we can take one sheet of 12 by 12, cut it, fold it, and turn it into this beautiful masterpiece. If you have enjoyed this video, and y'all, I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do, and this is how we do it, like no other. And I would love to have you subscribe, so hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.